When we open a lesson, the first page is displayed, showing brief information on the contents of that lesson. Today, we are going to look at a lesson on skills and job performance, staffing methods, present perfect continuous, asking for opinions, and writing a letter of application for a job. At the top of the page, you can see subsequent pages with various interactive exercises, and you can use the buttons to shift the page list backward and forward. Let's start the lesson. On each lesson page, there are various interactive activities. They are arranged to be of maximum benefit by constantly introducing and revising new material. We are starting the lesson with an exercise to practice listening for gist. When we click here, the exercise starts and we can do the exercise while listening.
Oh, and one more thing, Karen. Could you help me to fill in the performance appraisal form for that new intern, Judy Griffith?
Several pages of the course consist of 2 or more sub-pages where the subsequent parts of one exercise are found. When we have finished the exercise, we can check our answers immediately. For each exercise, there is an additional tool, Activity Report. Let's click the icon. The tool shows how well the exercise was done. It contains information on the number of correct and wrong answers and the percentage result. When we click this button, we can see additional information. By clicking the icons, we can choose to see the correct answers, the errors, or correct answers to all questions. Also, the answers can be deleted from the exercise, and you can do it again. Let's go back to the lesson. As we are now familiar with the recording, we can do an exercise to develop our skills of listening for detail.
Oh, and one more thing, Karen. Could you help me to fill in the performance appraisal form for that new intern, Judy Griffith?
Students listen to the same recording again, but this time they are asked to fill in the gaps in the following phrases: performance appraisal, decision making, and we can check our answers immediately. Apart from listening, we can also practice reading skills. Here, students are asked to match headings from the performance appraisal form and their explanations. At the bottom of the page, students can find some help. When we click here, a separate document opens with additional reading material which is printable and can be used as supplementary material by students or teachers. There is also a section to learn vocabulary. Here, students learn phrases for praising and reprimanding employees. The words are presented in sentences so that students can see the words in the context. They can also use vocabulary boxes where all the words from a given page can be listened to. Having studied the words, students can practice and do some exercises on vocabulary.
Hello. You wanted to discuss my appraisal form?
Yes. Please sit down. Coffee?
No, thank you. I've just had one.
Well, I must say, we've been very pleased.
Students are asked to fill in the gaps in the text, and they can check their answers by listening to the recording. If there are any problems, they can launch text hints for the activity. There are various activities to enhance vocabulary and practice all the skills necessary to master a language. As usual, students can also check their answers by opening the report, which is a very useful tool both in the classroom and at home, where students study on their own. Word formation. Here, making adjectives to describe employees.
Performance appraisal form. Intern. Supervision.
Choosing words appropriate for the given context. Here, choosing adjectives to describe an applicant from a list of various adjectives. And finally, students can also practice writing. In this lesson, students can learn how to write a letter of recommendation. To help them with the task, they are presented with a sample letter in which some words have been deleted. The last page of each lesson contains lesson report. It shows the results of individual exercises as well as the overall result. It is very important both for the students, who can see in which areas they need to do some more exercise, which they have done successfully. But it may also be a great source of information for the teacher, who would immediately know which areas of the lesson need to be revised. The software contains some additional tools. Here we can open the Grammar tool. It will give an overview of all grammar issues introduced in the course. When you click the item on the list on the right side of the window, an explanation will appear.
Most top executives have expense accounts.
Examples of sentences are provided, accompanied by sound effects. We can also open a dictionary anytime we want during the lesson, so there is no need to look for the words in a separate dictionary. All the words used in the course can be found here, which is 6,500 words with their translations.
appraisal,
We can do it either by typing the word,
appreciation,
using the letters of alphabet,
appropriation,
or choosing the word from the list. Dictionary entries include some sample sentences which can be listened to, and there is some most important grammar information about the given word. One of the outstanding tools students may use is Phrases. Phrases is a tool containing a collection of commonly used expressions in English.
antique shop,
All expressions are provided with recordings.
go to bed, go out with,
Also, students can use one of the tools, speech analysis, that allows to practice pronunciation. The tool enables the user to record his own pronunciation and compare it to the recording of a native speaker. Recording a phrase or sentence will produce a pronunciation diagram. It is divided into parts and has a percentage indicator.